Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your friend Boys Monakes again. I hope you guys are doing well. Someone asked me if it's possible for foreigners to come and work in Ivory Coast here for a good job. When I'm talking about come and work in Ivory Coast here for a good job, you won't be coming here to work for those small things, selling coffee around the world, selling things like chai and something. No. If you come in Ivory Coast here as a foreigner, first of all, you have to look for foreign companies, right? Foreign companies in Ivory Coast tend to employ foreigners and pay them more, because if you're working in public sectors and all, you won't get that much, right? You will get a lot of money compared to other African countries, right? Compared to West Africa or like other African country, you will get a lot of money working for for public sectors or for government. But when it comes to private companies employ more foreigners who have foreign experience, especially if you speak English, right? If you speak English in Ivory Coast here, you have at least, what can I say? You have at least 80% of chance getting a good job if you speak English, right? Because there are a lot of people here that speak English. They are Ivorian and they speak English, but they don't have experience of other things. For example, you can speak English because you went to university and learned English, right? You've been in English fields. But if you speak English and you have experience on top of that, right? I'm taking an example. Someone who have experience being a doctor, or someone who have experience being an engineer, and on top of that he speaks English. This is like, you will get tons of money here because people will be following like this, right? For an Ivorian, they won't consider the Ivorian that much, but if you are foreigner and you come to Ivory Coast with your experience, right? Forget about those teaching English and all. No. Have an experience like an engineer, you have experience in marketing, in sales, and also like in medicine. Like those experience, those real job experience. If you have those skills and you speak English, you have 80% of chance getting a good job here. When I'm talking about a good job that it's a job that pays you above the average person in Ivory Coast here. You can get that here, and you will live an easy life. Ivory Coast is a mixture of African culture and European cultures, right? You can get a good standard apartment here. There are people, when they show you the apartment, you will think that you are in Europe, but you are not in Europe, you are in Ivory Coast, right? You can live in a good area, like a very decent area where you don't have to, you don't have to worry about security, safety and all. So that's what I can advise to each and everyone. Don't come in Ivory Coast here without experience and say, oh, I know how to speak English, so I'm going and look for a job. You will be teaching in schools. And schools, yes, they are giving you money, right? You're getting a lot of money. But when I'm talking about like a lot of money, a good job where you can be like in a high position, in a senior position, have a skills, right? Marketing, sales, be a doctor, an engineer, right? You have to know the IT. You have to be an IT person, a tech person. Man, you will cash out in Ivory Coast here. I promise, because I've seen a lot of foreigners, especially those who are coming from Nigeria, right? There are Nigerian in Ivory Coast here, and they're getting tons of money in those companies because it's not only English they can speak, but they have other experience, right? And people are looking for those experience. There are foreign countries, there are foreign companies in Ivory Coast here that are looking for those skills. And most of the time, Ivorians, they're going to school to learn English. They're going to English faculty. They're going to English department. They are not going to marketing department or economy department while speaking English, right? So this is not beneficial. If you only know how to speak English and you don't have other skills than speak English, you will be a teacher, right? You will be a teacher. But if you have other skills besides English, boom, people will be following you everywhere in Ivory Coast here, I promise. Yeah, because I've seen that. I've been in Ivory Coast for long now? Since February, and I've seen that people are cashing out here, right? People are cashing out here. So the person who asked me, is it possible to come to Ivory Coast here to look for a job and all? Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. And you can even apply while you are outside Ivory Coast. You can apply. There are company on LinkedIn. You can apply, and once you get accepted, you can come to Ivory Coast. To come to Ivory Coast here is so simple, and to settle here in Ivory Coast is so simple. It's not like other country where you have to break your head to settle in a country. No, to settle in Ivory Coast here is so simple. So I encourage each and everyone to come at least to visit Ivory Coast, and if you are looking for a job, right, you can come and apply for jobs, right? Because I've seen a lot of people getting job here. So that was my advice. It's possible to get high paying job here. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys learned something from this video. In that case, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. If you watch if you watch any of my video, please click the red button so that we can grow, right? I know I'm not posting often, but if you click the red button and another person click the red button, we can grow, right? Thank you so much, and have a great day. Peace out.
Welcome to East Monarchs, the French boy.